So on to New Mexico. First of all, I just want to mention that New Mexico is close neighbor to Utah, the state I just talked about. It lies a bit southeast for Utah and on the border to Mexico. And so it is in the south, a bit western part of the US. And as I did with Utah, I will go through some quick facts about New Mexico, starting off with New Mexico regions. As I said in Utah pod, I won't be able to go through them all because it would take too much time off from presentation, but I can tell you that it's a total of 17 different regions in New Mexico. And you can see on the map here that they have divided the regions into bigger parts. So you have our southwestern part, our southeastern part, northeastern part, northwestern part, and a metro region part. And to New Mexico's nickname. The nickname of New Mexico is the Land of Enchantment. It's because of its scenic beauty and rich history, and it got its nickname in 1999. To New Mexico's size, it is around 315 square kilometers, and that is around 100,000 square kilometers bigger than Utah and 17,000 square kilometers smaller than Norway. I just want to give you a comparison on the size of Norway, Utah and New Mexico combined, so you can get an image of how big New Mexico is. So to the capital of Utah, Santa Fe. It is the oldest city in New Mexico as well as the whole USA. It has a Spanish name which derives from the Spanish settlers that arrived in the US in the early 17th century. To the major cities of New Mexico, I will rank it from a scale from 1 to 5 after the population of Albuquerque. Then comes Las Cruces, Rio Rancho, Santa Fe, and at last Roswell. And then the biggest city, Albuquerque, has a population of 556,000 citizens as the 2010 census, and it has a lead on the second place, Las Cruces, with over 400,000 citizens. And that is a lot I can tell you. So it's really a big city with a high density. You can see here on the map that I have in presentation that the population per square mile is really high in Albuquerque, and density is way too high, after my opinion. And 25% of the total population of New Mexico lives in Albuquerque. To the New Mexico total population, it is slightly over 2 million inhabitants, and it's the 37th most populated state in the US. And New Mexico ethnic varieties. First of all, you have the Mexicans, which is basically Latin American immigrants, and they cover 60% of the total population of New Mexico. Then you have American Indians, which is Indians which has stayed in the US from a very early era. And then you have Germans. As I said earlier, New Mexico is a close neighbor to Utah, and Utah had a lot of Jews in Utah because there were a lot of German immigrants. And I would say this comparison here that the German immigrants had moved southwest in the US and stayed there, and that's why there's 9.8% Germans in New Mexico. And there's also 9.4% Hispanics and 9.3% Spanish. And over to the New Mexico Congress and Governor. New Mexico has a total of 9 seats in the Congress. It has more than Utah, and that is because of a higher population number. And the governor of New Mexico is Susana Martinez, and she was elected for governor in November 2010. And you can see a picture of Susana Martinez here with the New Mexico flag and the US flag.